Hello, Hippie Homework. In the newsletter this week, I spoke about allowing, and allowing is this very interesting space that's extremely difficult to describe. And it's not really until you get into the right headspace for yourself that you understand it. Until you've kind of done it, it's hard to really understand how you get there. But it is possible, so I thought I'd have a go at trying to give you an example of how allowing worked in my life. So recently I decided I would go get myself a job. Not this job. But, back to the old accounting kind of grind job. And I had a couple of requirements that I wanted. Where possible, I wanted the job to be close to home for ease with this young family. I wanted it to be part-time. And ideally, I also wanted it to be not-for-profit accounting role, one that didn't involve payroll if possible, because payroll is just one of those things, if you can avoid it, let's just avoid it. It's too much you need to know about payroll. And I found really quickly a job that was part-time, not-for-profit. It had all of the skill sets that I had before I left for maternity leave. It did have HR, which was like, don't want to do that. It's not my expertise, but I could manage it because it was a small company that only had 10 staff. So I'm like, well, for 10 staff, I can do that. And the only problem was it was in the city, which was just going to put more time and difficulty into the getting there. But other than that, this job was perfect. And it was also in a field that was drug and alcohol based, and I had worked in drug and alcohol before. So I'm like, this is the perfect job. And so I put it out there that I really wanted this job, to the point that I actually thought this actually is my job. And I went on with my day going, yep, mine. Minimum, I get shortlisted for an interview. And then a week later I went, what do you mean I'm not even shortlisted for this interview? And I'm like, okay, it's not my job. And I knew that whatever happened, Spirit had my back and would find me the perfect job. So there would be a criteria in all of that that was really, really important to me. And it turned out it probably was having a job that was close to home. Still in the not-for-profit was ideal, but if I had a more commercial job that was close to home, that was kind of the real key piece for me. And literally within a couple more days, another role came up, not-for-profit accounting field. It did have payroll in it, but anyway, you can't have everything, but close to home. And it also ended up being in a field that will possibly help me later on with some of the stuff that, I kind of visage for this role in Soul Intent, being able to help young people with depression. And it's also to do with media studies as well. So given that I have these dodgy videos, I might actually learn something about doing nicer ones. So it was like tick, 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 tick. And when I held this space for getting a job, I held the space of, yep, this is the job that I envisage and I want. And I had all my little list of, great, these would be things that I would ideally have. But at the same time, I also allowed space for Spirit to find me the perfect job that I would be happy in. So it's one thing to have everything you ask for. It's another thing to actually be happy with it. And I could have gotten all of the stuff I wanted, but it would have been in the city. Turns out the thing that I really, really wanted was something close to home. And this is the thing that Spirit's quite good at doing, is going, look, let me give you this, because I think you'll see that I can find something that matches what you need even better. And so holding, yes, this job or another like this would be awesome, but whatever you come up with is what I'll accept and see as being the perfect right job for me. And that's allowing a vision, but with space for movement and change and something better in it. So what I want you to do is I want you to think of something that you really, really, really want to do, achieve, have. Doesn't matter what it is, but it's a vision that you've had in your head and you can't let go of. And then what I want you to do is actually let go of it and go, all right, this is my vision for another job, for a beautiful house, for a relationship, for having children, whatever it is. Put that aside for a moment and allow the space for the fact that it might not happen, which is crappy. But if you put then trust in and you go, all right, that might not happen, but what will happen is going to be perfect, right, and probably unexpected in what you wanted, what you were asking for, better than what you were asking for, a better fit. Just down to the bone, you go, yes, this makes more sense. Feel that possibility is there as well. And now hold both. Hold, this is what I would like, and whatever you come up with, I know will be great, and I will love it as much, if not more. I believe you will bring me what is perfectly right for me at this time, the thing I need, even more than I realize I need. And that space is allowing. So hold that and see what happens. See you next time.